Okay, sorry, setup took a little bit longer than you expected. I had a few things to deal with before I started the setup, and I just finished. Sorry, it took a little bit. Okay, so welcome to Daily Deltarune Boss Challenge number 171, and which is also the 9th boss rush. So this is how do I put it? One thing I don't like is how Solo Rousey has a pretty high chance. I don't know if I have every item, by the way. I kind of just rushed the preparations, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, of course I get Solo Rousey. And it's low tier items! Woo! Fun! I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. Because, obviously that's what I was gonna get. I should have known. Not like I did Solo Rousey the last time, too. That's gonna be fun. Alright, well, we gotta deal with it. Okay, just gotta get the sound back up. Alright. So yeah, I do have the boss rush items, but I'm gonna obviously not use those. But, yeah. Yeah, I do make Slug say stay. He gets to see a whole boss rush with just Rousey. Okay, low tier. Yeah, that's kind of bad. So we're gonna get Fiber Scarf. Gonna need the Shadow Mantle, obviously. And Shadow Mantle was worth 6. So I get a silver card with this. So yeah, things aren't looking very good, to be honest. But I've done it before, so I should be fine. Definitely gonna get some Scar Elixirs, though, because I do want to get some good healing if I can. Just gonna fill it with Scar Elixirs. Yeah. The stats for these two don't matter. It's not like I'm gonna use them anyway, so... Yeah, but I don't really feel like playing Geometry Dash for now. I don't want to bother relearning how to get it, or like getting good at it, so yeah. Alright, let's get into it, I guess. So obviously I'm gonna try and go for Pacifist for Jebel, since I can use Pacify. For the rest, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna deal with it, but I'll just have to see how it goes. God damn it. I'm tired. I was really hoping I would get an easy one. Or like, I was hoping for a quick one, you know? When I remember that I had to do the boss rush, I already felt like this was gonna be bad. But it's even worse that I'm gonna have to do it with just Rousey. This might take a little bit. Not because it's gonna take like several attempts, it's just that the fights themselves are gonna take a while. Yeah. Yeah, I know if I steal HP, there's a chance it breaks. I mean, I do remember what happened last time. I didn't mean to use Pirouette, but that's fine. Oop. Dude. Wacky hitboxes, by the way. Oh no. Gotta have to be careful about that one. Y'all remember what happened last time? I just forgot that this would be the pirouette to jumble HP. Well, let's hope I don't get obliterated this time. At least it made for a funny blooper, but I'd rather it not happen today. I'd prefer if it didn't happen today, honestly. I'm not gonna use Pirouette because it would be the one that reduces invincibility frames. Dang it, of course there was a spade here. Ouch. Okay, 88. Of course I'm gonna be super close to pacifying, but not quite enough there. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way I did my skin for Minecraft. I'm the only one who actually bothered, like, making an actual face instead of the usual low eyes. Okay, we can finally pacify. Okay, so my HP did get back to its regular limit, but I'm still at 47 HP. Well, we gotta have to deal with it. Okay, I'm gonna go for Snap because it's probably the safest option. I feel like damage would probably take too long because he has 10,000 HP, so... It's a shame I don't get the Snap Desperately boost. We already know what's gonna happen. Imagine I get the glitch again. I hope not. 'Cause that would be annoying. This is still gonna take a while, by the way, like last time. Oh yeah, I ended up actually watching the Amazing Digital Circus finale. Hold on, I'm gonna focus here. Okay, I don't want to like say any spoilers because I don't know if everyone here saw it, and even though, you know, spoilers were already kind of a problem before because of the leaks, but honestly I liked it. I feel like we didn't get that much closure on a few things though, I'm gonna be honest. But then I guess it was like hard to actually do full closure with just a single episode left. It does feel like it wants to, like it leaves the door open for more, but considering how Gooseworks felt about the whole finale in general, it's a shame because there is definitely potential for a second season. It's just that it's obviously not gonna happen with the way the fandom was, so... Yeah, there are a few things that we still don't know. Like, I wouldn't go as far as to call them plot holes, but there's definitely a few things that would need a bit of clarification. Even if, like, I'm willing to accept also what happened in the, like, last part of the like, the last 20 minutes, let's say, of the episode. Like, I mean, you know, maybe it's possible, you know, we wouldn't know for sure, but there's no explanation as to how it happened. Yeah, I would rather not die to Pibis again. Yeah, I also saw the Animator vs. Animation 13. Even if I'm a more recent fan of Alan Becker, I definitely enjoy the content. I'm a late one. I came late to this, but it's definitely fun to watch. I guess I could probably mention spoilers more because I feel like more people are gonna see it. It's been out for like 3 weeks. It's crazy how like Hacker had so many powers. I guess he's less experienced when it comes to fighting. He probably has less battle IQ than the Dark Lord. But it's kind of a shame. Because in terms of power, he might not have as many powers as the Dark Lord. Like, well, he might be a bit more limited on his use of power, but he seems stronger, but with less endurance at least. Because, like, just the fact he can disable someone else's powers. I wonder how Misty is gonna help with this, though. Oh, Misty, It's funny to see, though, how many powers the Second Coming has. Like, someone pointed out that one of his powers are talking to animals. Like, in what situation is this gonna be useful? And yeah, the warning guy, he finally got to use his nuke too. He beat the fraud allegations. Unfortunately, it didn't do much, but... Yeah, she did grab the toolbar, so I guess that would be useful for the pan. I'm tired, by the way. I don't think you guys realize how tired I am right now. Because obviously I had to have another insomnia last night, so basically in the last 60 hours, I've only slept 6. I feel like I'm probably a zombie at this point. Oh, wow. 2 quadruples in a row. Wow, it's really the same placements. Wow. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh yeah, Hazard. Forgot his name. NK is currently wondering how the hell I can handle being awake, like being okay with being so sleep deprived. Yeah. You know, the worst part about this sleep deprivation is that most of the time I feel fine. It's kind of weird what sleep deprivation will do to you. I know I'm not. Like, I am definitely aware that I'm not in a good physical state because of my sleep deprivation. But that's what makes it so, how do I put this? Treacherous. It's like, you feel fine for the most part, but you know damn well your body isn't fine right now. I was definitely grumpy this afternoon, that's for sure. Plus, it's not bad enough that I'm sleep deprived right now. I just had a series of unfortunate events happening to me this afternoon that was really annoying. So, Well, for starters, I finished my shift at 3 p.m. this afternoon, but you know that part's normal. The next bus only shows up at 4 p.m. So I had to wait. I had to take a few groceries anyway for so that gave me some stuff to do while waiting for the bus. But so I take the bus. Since there's an event in my town, some of the bus line is closed, including my stop, so I have to put the one next to it, which, you know, isn't that much of a difference in terms of distance. Okay, I have to be careful because that's when I got obliterated. But because they weren't aware of the closing, they lost a little bit of time on the God damn it. Yeah, they didn't know that the part of the bus line was closed, so they had to take a detour and lost the time. So I got back home. It was around 4:30 p.m. I had to do a set of laundry to get my work outfits cleaned, because, you know, I only have a few and I had to get them cleaned in between my shifts. So I do that. Then I go to the laundromat to dry them because I don't have a dryer and I kind of needed them for the evening. But the dryer, like the whole setup for the machines was not working. Like I couldn't use any of the machines, so I couldn't dry my clothes. So I tried to put at least one of my shirts on my fans, hoping it would dry a little bit, but it didn't. So I had to go to work with a shirt that was still half wet. I wasn't gonna get cold by it. You know, it's a hot environment considering I work with fryers. But yeah, so my work outfit was still wet. Then I go out to take the bus, but you know, I kind of got in a rush because I forgot that my stop wasn't available this time. So I waste time with this, getting to the other bus stop. I literally see the bus go by the stop and keep going, missing the bus by like 30 seconds. And knowing that it's pretty hot right now in France, it was like 30 and something this afternoon, like probably up to 35, but it was 5 p.m. so it probably got down to like 32 or something. Okay, here comes the night. This is gonna be tough. So yeah, by like 30 seconds. Fortunately, normally because it's summer season and there's a lot of tourists, there's also a secondary line. Well, a shuttle, funny enough. There's a shuttle path every 15 minutes that's supposed to go around some of the stops, which I was going to use to get to one of the other stops that take a while to reach so that I could basically catch up with my bus using the shuttle. Problem is, I wait for the shuttle, I check the app to see when it's gonna show up. And because, you know, there's an app for the lines, you know, we can see in real time where the buses are and what time they're gonna arrive. So I checked that, and the shuttle line that was supposed, you know, to go at my stop in like 2 minutes later had disappeared. Like, it didn't show up on the app anymore. I literally could not see it. So I thought that the shuttle had basically like skipped it, you know, it finished its run and that it was just a mistype. So I start heading towards the bus stop. I knew I wouldn't be able to catch it in time, but I just wanted to get closer to my workplace. And but like a minute after I leave the stop, I see the shuttle drive past me because for some reason it just disappeared from the app, but for no reason, and it was there. So I see the shuttle moving past me, and I regret my life choices. And I basically had to walk like half of the way across to my to where I work. I stopped at a grocery store to get something to eat because usually I would eat before my shift when, especially since I had to do closing. I would eat before my shift normally, but I wouldn't have enough time, so I grabbed something to eat in a grocery store. But I basically had to walk halfway there. And you know, I took something to eat and waited for the next bus. So I wasn't late to work because I take... Riddle me this, Batman. I have the Shadow Mental. The Shadow Mental is supposed to remove 2/3 of dark damage. The sword is supposed to deal like 190 or something, like 190 damage. So normally, when you divide it by 3, it's supposed to deal like around 60 damage or so. So why did it deal the whole damage? Why did the Shadow Mental effect not apply? I have the Shadow Mental. I'm supposed to take only 1/3 of dark damage. Why did I take the full hit? And it's not like last time. It's not like my health bar got completely obliterated. I just hit 0 HP. For some reason, I took over 170 damage. It's not supposed to happen. Well, might have something to do with the... No, it wouldn't be the HP jumble again, would it? It wouldn't have changed my stats. Well, guess we're gonna do it again. Alright, give me a sec. But yeah, I grabbed something to eat. I still had to do like halfway of the trip on foot while it was hot, so yeah. Overall, pretty bad day. And honestly, this is not really helping. What just happened isn't really helping. Dude. What?
I can do anything.
Why am I taking so much damage? That's gonna be the HP jumble, isn't it? That pirouette was on purpose. I knew it was going to be a heal, but yeah. Okay, why did the second one hit but not the first or third? Like, why is it only the second projectile that actually hit? That's weird.
chaos.
See you, Slugsay. Okay, yeah, 94%. Let's just use hypnosis. I went left instead of down. Ooh. Okay, just pass. What? $94 plus 11 would be 105. Why was he at 99? What the heck is going on with this mod? First, the Shadow Mental doesn't work. Then, I'm supposed to reach 100%, but it doesn't want to. It stuck at 99%, even though I used hypnosis. I can't even make this up at this point. I was going to hope it would be a quick one. No, I'm not gonna solo Rouse the Knight. This is solo Rouse. Doing solo Rouse against the Knight would still take a while. And, like, I have to commit. I don't get a challenge just to back out of the challenge after this. I have to push through, even if it's annoying. One thing about me is that I'm extremely stubborn. I don't know if you want to call it commitment or stupidity, but I'm stubborn.
I can do anything.
Okay, wait, next is the HP Jumbo, right? Yeah, I guess it's... Yeah, I think it's... Oh, wait. No, it would have been something else. Wait, what is... Oh, it would have been Jevel's... Jevel's next move is powered up. I mean, this is a good pirouette, so I can use it. And there's an everyman horse. Well, if you can really call it a horse. Well, it's supposed to be a horse because it's a carousel, but yeah. I always end up using pirouette on that attack, it's funny. You should really keep the hypnosis for the Chaos Bomb, though. How did I take so much damage from this? Okay, 94. Okay, you guys are witnesses right now, okay? So let's see. I am currently at 94% tired. Hypnosis is supposed to give 11%, but I should reach 100%. I'm going to use hypnosis. How many? Whatever. I am at 99% for some reason.
I can do anything.
So apparently, I guess in the mod, it doesn't want you to reach 100% before the last attack. For some reason. So now I'm gonna use a pirouette. Get another Chaos Bomb because RNG is a myth. I should say luck is a myth, but you get what I mean. And now I can finally pacify. Nice trap. Where are you, John Doe? Alright. Wow. Did I just get 6 from a single shot? And another quadruple. You know, now that I think of... Wait, no, I was gonna say, now that I think about it, I took like, Oh, you missed me losing a few attempts to the mod being broken. I was gonna say, you know, I did take 60 damage from one of the attacks at some point, but that's just the regular damage, I think. That's just the usual damage. Oh, dang it. What are these angles, man? You know, he still hasn't switched to the long version. Like the one where he keeps going back and forth with the phones. That's weird. I guess it happens, but it's rare for it to last this long. Damn, he still hasn't switched. Usually it takes like 2 instances of this attack to switch. Quintuple. Favorite Freedom Motive song? You know, it might be Cat Swing. Honestly, like, I like all of them, but I feel like Cat Swing is the one I enjoy re-listening to the most. Which is funny considering it's not even from a secret boss. Well, it is a secret boss technically, but it's not like a Shadow Crystal boss. Mike absorbed the Freedom leitmotif from the night. Dude. I hate the slip boxes. What? Okay, I think I'm at 66%, so I'm getting close. Well... Oh wait, no, Airwaves. Yeah, I mean Airwaves. Cat Swing is the actual boss fight. Airwaves is the one with the motive. But, yeah. Well, secret boss. Definitely not ERAM. You already know. For secret bosses... In terms of, like, character... Probably, I don't know. If we're going for character-wise, which one I like the most? Probably, you know, it feels kind of easy to say this, but probably Spamton, because, like, he has a lot of lore, at least, you know, and he's pretty complex. You know, he's a Darkner that wants to be freed from his strings, and, you know, if we're going for, like, the boss fight itself, it's probably Hammer of Justice, but it's mostly because I'm a big fan of the Green Soul mode. Like, even if most people go, like, crazy for Sense, honestly, my favorite fight in Undertale was the Undying the Undying one. I really like the Green Soul mode. So, yeah. Story-wise, Spamton Neo, battle-wise, Hammer of Justice. it doesn't mean I dislike the others, but those would be probably my favorite picks. ERAM obviously being dead last in both of these categories. Well, I guess story-wise, he is pretty interesting, at least, as a character. I wonder if we're gonna get more info about him in Chapter 5. You know, between the Shadow Mantle, the Twisted Sword, and all of that with the Weird Route, I don't know if we're gonna get anything else from ERAM in Chapter 5. The Knight would probably come second in terms of favorites, but it's mostly because it's a little bit challenging compared to the others. At this point, I feel like I'm probably not the only one in this case too. I feel like most Undertale and Deltarune fans have grown way past the difficulty of the regular bosses. Like, even if, you know, I'm pretty much known for min-maxing damage for bosses, you know, and doing them as fast as possible. Okay, here comes the night. I'm gonna have to focus. I'm just gonna finish saying what I'm saying. Even if, you know, I'm pretty much known for min-maxing the bosses, I feel like most people have still, most old-time fans at least, have grown past the difficulty in most of these. Yeah, see, hold on. I took 51 damage. The Shadow Mantle isn't working. See? The Shadow Mantle doesn't work. I have it equipped. That's a fact. Why is the Shadow Mantle not working? I don't get it. It's... Okay, look. I'm gonna... Hold on. I'm gonna amend the rules a little bit for this one, because, like, I have to find a way to get the Shadow Mantle to work. So, I'm gonna try. I think there's a solo Rouse fight against the Knight. I'm gonna look for it, but I'm just gonna try and find a way to get the Shadow Mantle to work. And I'm gonna refight the Knight from, like, this doesn't count as basically losing. I'm gonna, from now on, beat the Knight. If I lose from the Knight normally, I will restart the boss rush, but if the Shadow Mantle doesn't work, there's not much I'm gonna be able to do. Like, I could probably try and beat it without the Shadow Mantle, but it's extremely hard and I really don't want to do it. Okay, Roaring Knight solo, but that's just with Noelle. Damn, there's no solo Rouse save for this. Okay, let me just test real quick. Okay, the damage is normal here. Damage is normal here. What if I swap them again? No, that's normal. Is it just the boss rush version that's blocked? That's glitchy? Because it's weird. Hold on. Yeah, but there's no way there's no way for me to skip the bosses either, and there's no solo Rouse. I'm gonna try something. Hold on. It's gonna take like 2 minutes or something. There is one thing I do want to test. See if it might be possible. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Let's try that. Wait, but the party gets reset when you enter the... Oh. Party gets reset when you enter the dojo, so even if I do this, it's not gonna work. Okay, let's try this. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I don't know what to do. Okay, let's do this. Remove that. And do this. Okay, it's set to Rouse right now. Okay, but it breaks when I do this. Okay, so I can't do that. I don't know what to do. Because I don't want to have to redo the whole thing again. Spam Neo just takes too long. What can I do? Okay, hold on. Is there an option? Okay, let me just do that. Where is it? Where is it? There. We're gonna restore that. Okay, we're back to Chris. Okay, I just need to see if there's a solo Rouse for the Hammer of Justice. No. No, I'm not doing No Hit Night again. Okay, look. It's getting late. I'm really tired. I just want to go to sleep quickly, so here's what I'm gonna do. I know it's not like what was planned, but I'm going to do the boss rush again, but with the items from the boss rush mod, just so I can finish it quickly. And I'm gonna do the real challenge tomorrow, because I really can't be bothered to do it right now. It's too late. I'm too tired for this. I'm sorry. It's just... I do want to give you something, so I'm going to get those things. I do want to get... No, I do want to get healing, so... I'm going to use... Those are items from the boss rush mod, by the way. The Lore Keeper is a pretty good weapon for Rouse. Same attack as Puppet Scarf, but with 2 defense and without a magic debuff, with actually magic buff. Pointed Tail is a combination of multiple items. It reduces the TP cost so I can use other stuff. And you know what? I'm actually going to use... You know what? I'm going to use a Charge Scarf. It has better stats and I do want to get damage, so... And the Soul Armor is basically like a broken defense item. So let's do this. And I have something... Instead of healing, I have Fire Blast. And you're going to see the damage is going to be pretty high. And yeah, I'm sorry if that's not what you were coming here for, but I'll do the real challenge tomorrow. Also, as a heads up, Fire Blast basically deals the same damage as Woodbuster. I think it has the same multipliers. I know it looks like Ice Shock, but its damage is closer to... I think it's, yeah, it's the same formula as Woodbuster.
I can do anything. I can do anything.
Yeah, well, you guys are in the eastern part of the world, so yeah, it's earlier for you, but for me it's 2 a.m. almost, so... And I do have work tomorrow, so I'd rather try and finish this quickly, so yeah. I'm sorry, tomorrow I'm gonna have all of the time to do it. It's gonna be fine, I'm gonna have a lot more free time, because after tomorrow I'm gonna be on my weekend, so I'll be able to do it then. It's just that I just feel too tired to do it normally tonight. Yeah, as you can see, even that only dealt 18 damage. I've basically been using Fire Blast the whole fight. Just spamming Fire Blast. Yeah, AM for me, but yeah. Oh, come on. If it had been a crit, that would have been the end of the fight. I wanted to finish it on a regular attack. Alright. This time I can actually use Fire Blast, and it's gonna be faster than snapping. Because he has 10,000 HP, so I'm doing 5.68% of damage every turn. You know, I actually figured out that you could, beating Jevil before the final attack was possible. Before I even optimized it, I could do it even in basically casual gameplay. Not the first time, obviously, but it's still something I managed to do pretty early on. And honestly, I'll be blunt, I'm far from being the best Deltarune player out there. Like, even if I beat the bosses in the fewest turns, like, first of all, there's some people who optimized the Knight and Titan before me. I even took inspiration from them to do mine. I basically used their strats and optimized them as I could to ensure that I could do it as well, you know? Because, like, for example, for the Titan, you don't even need the extra stat points from the violent encounters if you have perfect accuracy. I just actually did the violent encounters so I wouldn't have to do perfect accuracy every time. Just, you know, to make it a little bit easier. And there are people who beat far harder versions of the bosses than I do. Like, there's that Kaizo Knight fight. Someone did a no-hit of it. I know I wouldn't be able to do it before a long time. Like, I only no-hit the regular Knight earlier this week for the first time. Because I never bothered to try doing it. I probably could have done it earlier, I just never bothered actually doing it. But yeah, I'm far from being the best player out there. So there's definitely more people who manage to beat the bosses before the final attacks. God damn it. Come on, there we go. I think the biggest commitment on my part when I did those bosses is that was before I actually used save file editing. So all of the stuff you see, like all of the preparation you've seen in my challenges, I did those manually. I did entire runs to get the stats and items I wanted. I had like 3 different save files, mostly because of Chapter 2. After this, though, I started editing my save files to get get the stats I could. Like all of the stats that I have are still things that you can do in regular gameplay, even during my challenges. I edit my save files, but all of the stats and items I use, they're basically like what you can have if you optimize your run as much as possible. Because otherwise I would just give myself like 10,000 attack and one-shot everything. Is the damage stuck at 120 or does it go up? No, it goes up, okay. I think Fire Blast has the same damage reduction as regular attacks do. It's still a good amount of damage, so I should be able to do this pretty quickly. In about a dozen turns. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if the soul armor is supposed to also have the effects of the Shadow Mantle, because it's part of it. You know, the way you make those items, it's basically like the Zenith crafting recipe in Terraria. It's kind of similar. Right now, I'm only surviving because of my sheer amount of defense points, which is 28. And it still deals 40 damage, by the way. I think the Shadow Mantle effect is still not working. I don't know, I think it's the boss rush itself that's broken. But I don't know why. Because I'm pretty sure last time the Shadow Mantle worked fine. I think it's because I meddled with the save file. I used the editing to, save file editing to get some of the items I was missing, but I think it broke the challenge. Or the mod, you know. I don't know if it's the Shadow Mantle itself that's broken or what, but I don't know. Something's definitely broken. Oh, come on. I thought I would be able to skip the Tempest attack. That attack sucks. Diagonal slashes are so annoying. This should be the last one, though, I think. Still not? Oh, wait. The damage requirement is increased in this version of the fight. I forgot. It's probably like 70% instead of 80. I suppose you think Azrael is the knight because some of the attacks are very similar to his boss battle in Undertale. Like the final attack of the knight is similar to the Hyper Goner. And some of the Stargazer attacks. Plus the Chaos Sabers and all that. Like, I get there's a few similarities. Oh, Susie grew pale. That's the... okay. Oh, the only healing items I have are Revive Mints. That's kind of sad, actually. Wait, I'm not going to be able to heal for the Hammer of Justice. Oh... You know what? This might not be free, actually, because I just realized I don't have a way to heal for Hammer of Justice. I think that's why I was using Lord Keeper the last time. Because I did do this once outside of streaming when I was just playing around with the Boss Rush mod. What am I doing? What am I doing? I need to heal. I need to heal. Okay, I'm gonna use both Revive Mints. Oh, of course, it's the Tempest attack. I'm gonna use both Revive Mints to heal, because Revive Mints heal 50% of your HP. I'm gonna use both of these before I finish the fight. Wait, is it random? Are the attacks randomized in this phase? Okay, let's just finish it. Yeah, I guess we haven't seen him. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Okay, Pacify gives a bunch of stars. Like 15. Yeah. Okay, I should be fine when it comes to Hammer of Justice. I think Fire Blast gives you a few stars. It only gives one? I guess I'm just gonna keep attacking. I thought it'd give at least 2. Okay, so here's the issue here. Oh. So here's the issue. I'm gonna have to deal with almost all of the attacks, except maybe the last one. I think I can get enough stars to skip just the last one. But I don't think the damage reduction is applied here. You know that normally when you fight Hammer of Justice, damage scales based on your current HP. You know, it reduces slowly so that, you know, you don't lose all of your HP at once. But, I don't think there's that, HP-based, damage reduction. Although I do have high defense, so there's still maybe hope. Because I think in this, in the mod, when you don't fight with Susie, Hammer of Justice doesn't deal that much base damage to compensate. Especially since you can't use items. It does seem like it's only 8 damage, so I should be fine, because I can still like take 20 hits. So it should be fine. I just have to be careful though. Also, one thing about having very high stats, aside from defense, that's not gonna speed up the Hammer of Justice that much. Yeah, the start of Black Knife sounds like Burn in Despair, that's true. And yes, I would also crash out if I lost on the Hammer of Justice. It happened once, and I was really pissed. I think that was the first boss rush, actually. Maybe the second one, too. I think there's only, like, across the 8 previous boss rushes I've done, I think only 2 I've managed to do first try. I think I fumbled at least once in each other, boss rush. Okay. Wait, why am I... whatever. Also, I just realized the attack animation, like the attack on Hammer of Justice is Susie's sprite. It's Susie's hit animation instead of Ralsei's. Okay, this is the one that speeds up. Man, when it's up and down, it's so hard to read because they move a lot earlier. Okay, I think I have just enough stars to skip the last one, yeah. Because it's 84 stars, and I'm just at 84. And I'm fumbling. Broken hitbox! It's delayed. The hitbox is delayed, that's weird. But there it is. I'm sorry I couldn't do the regular challenge today, but I promise I'll do it normally tomorrow. I'll do tomorrow's challenge as well. It's gonna be a double, basically. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. So thank you for